Andrew, trying to get a bit of the magic dust there off their very popular newly elected Premier.
Yeah, first it was McGowan at his launch and Malinauskas attended that as well. And it just shows how important both sides see Boothby at this election. It's a seat which has never really gone Labor, but there's only 1%. Nicole Flint is retiring. And after the South Australian election result, there's some real hope from the Labor Party they can get that seat and that can help them win a majority in the parliament.
Bit of optimism and hope more broadly, though, as well, when you look at the various opinion polls at the moment. Less than a fortnight out, Andrew.
Well, Kieran, if you believe the polls, 12 days out, it is practically all over. All Anthony Albanese seems to have to do is stay vertical. Not always possible if the reports of his post-COVID afternoon naps are to be believed, although he's going to 3 states today, he says. Have a look at this Newspoll. Labor are in front, 54-46. That's two-party preferred, but with a healthy primary vote, particularly given they have someone regarded as an uninspiring leader, of 39. The coalition remains stuck around the 35 to 36 mark. That would be the lowest primary vote for the coalition in recent memory. In the 1983 and 2007 losses, the coalition polled in the 40s primary. In the hung parliament of 2010, they polled 43 at that election. More disturbingly for the government is this. Have a look at the primary vote from the 2019 election result compared to today. It is a clear 6% shift between the government and opposition. Straight over, not through minor parties. So it goes from 33 to 39 for Labor and from 41 to 35 for the coalition. Now, Liberal sources I've spoken to believe this latest Newspoll took in the interest rate rise from last Tuesday, but has not factored in the gaffe by Anthony Albanese on the NDIS last week, which they say has brought things back to where they were prior to the interest rate rise. But that means the government is still behind at a time as people start going to pre-poll when the Liberals need to be gaining momentum to win. Before the campaign, Labor's Newspoll primary vote was at 41. Once the campaign opened, it fell to 38 and then 37. After Albanese's first day gaffe on the unemployment rate, it fell to 36, a hung parliament position. But since then, it's gone to 37, 38, back to 39. That's the Labor vote. But what is more disturbing for the government is that even as the primary vote came off after Albanese's gaffe, only a point of that at the time went to the government. The government has been stuck at 35 or 36 with a couple of 37s since the New South Wales and Victorian lockdowns last July. Last June, before those lockdowns, Scott Morrison and the Nationals were at 41. Now, polls can be wrong, we know that. Newspoll was close to 3% off last time, but they need to be wrong by more than that for Scott Morrison to win government. As I revealed yesterday on Sunday Agenda, the Liberal Federal Director Andrew Hurst actually instructed MPs on Friday not to encourage people out to pre-poll. The government is trying to bring things back by election day, hoping for a last-minute shift in momentum. I've got another marginal seat door knock on the way tomorrow. So far in our series, I've knocked 3 seats. This is not scientific, as I've pointed out, but from my travels, I sensed that the Liberals were close to gone in their New South Wales seat of Robertson, in with a sniff in a seat they are expected to lose in Swan in Western Australia, with both leaders on the nose there, and in with a sniff again in the Labor seat of Gilmore, because high-profile Liberal Andrew Constance is running. The PM is in Gilmore, you saw again today. But perhaps the Robertson knock, registered best by the coalition primary vote, might remain stubbornly stuck at 5 to 6 points lower than last time. People said they were over Scott Morrison. Here are the voters of Robertson and Swan. Jenny, I think you were saying you often change your vote. Is that the case, and which way are you looking this time?
I do change my vote, but basically just to see who's doing the best job at the time. And this time I'm probably going for Albanese, just because I think we need a change. And some of the things that Scott Morrison has done, I'm not really over the moon about what he's done, and I just think we need a bit of change.
Scott Morrison and Anthony Albanese, you're finding it a bit hard to choose, you're saying?
Yeah, I can't pick. I don't want to pick any of them.
Why is that? You're not convinced by either one of them?
No. I tend to find politicians very good at promising things, but not very good at delivering things.
Gee, the dog liked that mic in Robertson. Hopefully I don't get a dog bite tomorrow. On Sunday Agenda yesterday, I spoke of the prospect of a hung parliament. Tony Burke, the senior Labor frontbencher, confirmed he expected a tight result late in the night on election night.
This is going to be a fight right to the finish line, not just to 6 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, but Western Australian time, 6 p.m. as well. This will be an election night that'll be late. Anthony knows that it's going to go right down to the wire.
But Anthony Albanese, buoyed by the polls, seemed a lot more optimistic today.
I want a majority Labor government. That's my position, and I'll be working every day for 76. I think we should have 150 Labor members in the House of Representatives. OK, that's my starting point. That's my starting point, and I think we'll fall short of that. But my objective is 76.
Right, I keep getting texts on the Robertson dog. And as pre-poll starts, the anecdotal evidence is that in the seats the so-called teal independents are taking on the Liberals are terribly outnumbered, with Sophie Scamps in Mackellar even offering free coffee to those who turn up to pre-poll. Have a look at that, Kieran.